Hey guys, it's Mindes here. Chances are, if you've been subscribed to this channel for, any length of time, you will know at this point that I don't always make very good decisions. Here is a perfect example. "20XX, the Age of Heroes. A time where worm and dragon were cherished alike for acts of valour and charm. Those most beloved were immortalised in a shrine dubbed the Hall of Heroes. It was a time of great deeds. But the year is now 21XTX. The Hall of Heroes echoes with age. No one has been inducted for 100 years. The old heroes are becoming myth, content to live off the fame of their past glories. It is time they were exposed for what they have become. Time the world remembered what a true hero looks like. It is time for someone to wipe the slate clean." And I believe that is where we come in. I'm going to be playing this game on very hard, because occasionally I like to challenge myself, and if Asakura P is anything to go by, you guys like to see me get my ass handed to me. I first saw this game on Total Biscuit's channel. He did a WTF is of it, and I absolutely fell in love with the concept of it. I was like, I need to get this game. And then I got the game, and I tried it on very hard, and it was goddamn difficult. So we're going to get straight in here. The first level is the Blob. As you can see, I have already done it. So this is kind of going to let me use the first level to kind of introduce the core mechanic of the game. Mission 1, storm the opulent manor and take out Guppy, the slug-like 6th best hero of all time. I don't think it's a tremendously long game. Like, it said it was that Guppy was the 6th best hero of all time. So does that mean there are only 6 levels? I don't know, but we're going to find out. The first level is not going to be that train-wrecky, for the basic reason that I have done it before. But I'm just going to spend a little bit of time mentioning the controls. So you can move left and right, obviously. You can jump with the right trigger. I'm using a wireless Xbox controller. This is a PC game. It is the price of £4, which I thought was well worth it for... Basically, I just love everything about this game so far that I've seen. The art style is fantastic, the controls are fantastic, it's fantastic. And we also have a little bit of a feature with our jump where we can do a little bit of a triple jump, like so, and you can kind of control that triple jump a little bit. But the main core game mechanic of this... Oh, you can also shoot in any direction, which is crazy with the right analog stick. But the main gimmick of this game is the time-based gimmick, where we can slow down time, and that's going to really help when it comes to dodging things like bullets. So, like I say, we might not see difficulty straight away, because I do know all the enemy placements of this level. This level, by the way, first took me 2 hours to beat. First time I played. So I'm probably going to use the same rough editing style as Asakura P and similar games. Because, it's been a while since I've done something like super hellish hardcore, and I think that this game very much meets the description. Especially when we get to the bosses, which you will see fairly soon. So this is going to be a very hard run of Bleed. Bleed very hard, which sounds like something you want to say to your worst enemy. Oh yeah, well I think you should bleed very hard. Is there anything down here? No. We want to get out of there, okay. Here we kind of have to hurry up because the flies on the right will infinitely spawn. I know this. Let us slow down time to get past this guy. And that is just an example of just how epic this game can look. As you can see, I'm well aware of exactly what's going on here. Even that part, first time I played the game took me about 10 minutes or so. Just because it's a little bit difficult to get used to the flies in particular were what caused me the most trouble. But I think I'm getting a little bit better at aiming in the game. So they're becoming less of an issue. Let us go over this cat like so. And I'm like I say, I'm making it look tremendously easy, and if you think this game is easy, absolutely please stick around, or at least go and watch episode 2, which I intend to get out fairly shortly after this one. Just so that you can see... So you can see me tackle a level blind, basically. This is not blind in the slightest. You have a health meter, so you can get hit a little bit. There's our first death of the game. We have a health meter, so we can afford to get hit a little bit. But obviously on very hard, everything knocks off a absolute metric ton of health. Let's just deal with that guy. Now the way the time bar works is that you can obviously use it to slow down time and it will slowly regenerate over time. However, if you allow the time bar to fully run out, then you can't use it again until it's fully recovered. So that reminds me of another mechanic of the game I've played very recently, but I can't remember which game it is, and it's been really bugging me that I can't remember what game it is. But anyway, that is basically, I saw the game and I just absolutely fell in love with the gimmick. I absolutely fell in love with the concept. We're going to be seeing our first boss here, which is a giant helicopter, which we're going to have to do a little bit of a gauntlets to get to. As you can see, even this bit, like where it looks like I'm just kind of going up as fast as I can. Really, there's a lot of dodging involved when it comes to the you know, the shower of bullets. And obviously this boss as well, you kind of have to learn all of its abilities. I'm going to die very quickly here. But yeah, I'm actually kind of curious. I messed that one up. But I think I can remember all this boss's patterns. But when I first encountered this boss, it was just like, oh my god, what the hell is happening? Bullets, missiles everywhere, what the hell is going on? That move, for example, you have to kind of triple jump out of the way off. And I think this game has the potential to get very, very interesting, particularly, you know, especially when we get to blind stuff. Because obviously at the moment, this is very much not blind, so I'm at least doing a decent job of dodging everything that he's throwing at me. The only thing I really need to use slowdown for this on this fight for, by the way, is that bullet showering. You don't necessarily need to, but you know, it makes it easier. And you know, the time regenerates quickly anyway, so it's like you might as well use it. If you see a missile coming towards you, then absolutely jam the time meter as fast as possible. The boss kind of has tells, so you can see which ability you're going to use, and that's kind of... that was terrible. That's kind of allowed me to do that fight almost without getting hit. This is not a pit. Just so you guys know. And the great thing about this game, to me at least, is that anytime you die, it feels like it was entirely your fault. Because if you just, like, you basically... it's very difficult to get hit while the time meter is active. And so, whenever you die, it's just like, wow, I could have totally avoided that if I'd just, like, made better use of my time mechanic or something. And that, to me, is what makes this game super addictive, because it's just like, yeah, I need to get this down, I need to beat this. The controls are super good, to the point that everything, any damage you take is absolutely 100% avoidable. And I'm just being an idiot now. So we're actually on our first boss here. This is Guppy, and he's going to be the first hero that we face. So I actually, like I say, this entire level took me about 2 hours first time. About an hour of that was spent on the, well, maybe about 50 minutes or so was spent on the chopper boss, and that's why I know his abilities so well. And about 50 minutes was also spent on this boss, because this boss splits into little Guppies, which is pretty cool. Gonna basically kind of dash over them. Sometimes this doesn't work, we have to be a little bit reactive in our dodging here. As you can see, even though I know this boss so well, the flies are a little bit difficult to hit, but even though I know the boss so well, I'm still having a little bit of problems here with the dodging, and this is going to only get even more fun when we get to blind areas. I've seen the very beginning of level 2, but I've never actually done it myself, because that's the point I stopped watching Total Biscuits LP and I was like, I need to play this game for myself. There is no alternative. I absolutely 100% need to play this game. This game, by the way, is pretty much the exact specification I go for when I think of an awesome game. Now, I should point out, we do actually have alternate weapons. This is just, I think, the machine gun or something like that. I don't know, it's kind of like an automatic weapon. But we also have like a rocket launcher. I don't think the rocket launcher is that useful, because it's like super low fire rate. Obviously, your opinion may vary, and I'm getting totally destroyed here. That was terrible. I'm getting totally destroyed here. But see, the thing is, on a boss like this especially, where we have a lot of smaller enemies, like the flies, you just need that fast fire rate, because you don't need the rocket launchers to take out the flies. Admittedly, the rocket launchers could be useful on Guppy itself, but I'd just prefer to keep up a constant stream of smaller damage than any big bursts of damage. Definitely having a little bit of problem with this one. I think this is certainly not having as much problem as I did first time I fought him. I've at least got to the second phase, which is when he splits. And that's something that I didn't do for at least half an hour or so, first time I beat him, so this is going very well. And you do get alternate characters, but I think you actually unlock alternate characters by beating the game, so I don't think we're actually going to see any. I think there's 4 different characters. The first alternate character you get for beating the game on normal, second alternate character you get for beating it on hard, then very hard. And the last character, actually, it's kind of funny because I don't think the game really expects you to beat it on very hard, which is why I'm worried. Because the last character can actually be unlocked by beating another mode as well, on easy. So I think it's like, yeah, if you can't do it on very hard, then that's fine. I'll still let you unlock the character as well, which is making me think that the game outright doesn't plan for us to beat it. I kind of let my time meter run out there, so I didn't have it available when I needed it. Oh, come on! Stop trapping me! Oh well. One thing we are likely to see in this video, oh, not in this video, but in this series at least, is lots and lots of rage. Now I should point out, when I rage in these videos, just in case there is anyone that didn't watch Ask RP or anything, because I mentioned this a lot in Ask RP, I don't rage at the game. I rage at myself and how bad I'm playing, especially in a game like this where it feels like every death's your fault. You know, if only you'd aimed better, if only you'd used your time better. You know, decisions like that can ultimately affect your entire chances of winning here. And as you can see, getting smashed on the face with the boss is probably not the way to win. I'm not 100% sure how to, like, outright 100% reliably beat this boss when he goes into the second phase. I just kind of like to jump over them if I can. But that's not always possible, because sometimes they fly really high. Ah, really? Sometimes I like to snipe you across the map. I don't know, I think I kind of fluked it the first time I did it. If you didn't see Ask RP, basically the editing style I use with this, I tend to keep in as much as I possibly can, but when it gets to the point of being incredibly repetitive and I have basically nothing to talk about, then obviously we absolutely will start cutting and do a little bit of a death montage. I was hoping I wouldn't need to do a death montage for this first episode, but this boss is proving to have other ideas in mind. Ah, really. The problem with games like this, of course, editing-wise, is that sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get a feel, if you will, for just how much... I might as well just kill me. Kill me, there's no point. It's very difficult to get a feel for just how long something takes me, especially if I do start going into death montages. And, because the bosses in Ask RP, there were some towards the end, especially, that were taking me, you know, I think only like an hour and a half. But it was sometimes very difficult to get the feel of just how difficult the boss was, because when you're watching a video like this, it's very easy to think, okay, yeah, he's just like doing it repeatedly. But you go very quickly from completing competence to suddenly just getting the boss down. And that, you know, that's a very important part of the editing, because obviously as a viewer you don't want to be sat there going through all the fails. But what I've considered doing is putting like a clock in the corner where you can see how long something takes me, especially when we get to like the blind levels. I was considering doing that, and I might actually do that for level 2 just to see how it looks. It'll just be very small and tucked out of the way, but it will kind of give you guys a feel of just how long a level takes me. Especially if I like forget to mention it, which I did a couple times on Ask P bosses, and essentially, I think people got the assumption that those bosses were a lot easier, when in reality I was just a lot lazier with the editing. But oh well, okay, come on dude, come on. Really, I'm just dying all over the place. Of course, the other feature of games like this is that as soon as I stop talking, I will likely be able to get him down. So as soon as I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to start cutting now, that's probably going to be the one attempt that I actually start doing this. I don't actually need to cut. Kill me, whatever, don't care. I had a lot of problems with this boss first time. I'd say that I've... wow, that was absolutely appalling damage. You know what? He does so much damage with his smash that really it's not even worth continuing. Especially when that damage is so avoidable. I really need to use... I know I really need to use Time Stop a lot more. But man, it's just like too good to use. I want to always have it available just in case he does that. And it's like, I need to keep my stockpile of time ready. But at the same time, obviously if you don't use it, it's kind of useless gimmick, and when you do die, you just feel like a fool for not having used it, so there we go. Alright, I think we're at the point now where I kinda need to start doing a little bit of editing. So I will continue with this boss and do some kind of death montage if it requires it. And we will hopefully get this boss down soon. There we go. But this fight should basically introduce you guys to the idea of this game is not going to be a walk in the park by any stretch of the imagination. If you think I'm like putting it on and that... okay, maybe I've got a chance here. If you guys think I'm like putting it on and that the game's really not that hard, I highly implore you to go and try for yourself, because honestly. So when we get to this phase, we actually have to do enough damage to each one individually. Whoa, okay. And then it'll split into smaller flies, and then each of those smaller flies has to die, and then basically we've beaten the game. No fair! The first level's supposed to be easy! I should point out these flies are actually a lot stronger than the normal flies. These are... they actually have a lot more health. So... ooh, that was almost bad. Okay, I think I've done it, I think I've done it, I think I've done it, I think I've done it. Just have to not die stupidly to one of these flies. Oh, go away. And that's an example of what we'll be dealing with in terms of boss patterns, and it's fights like that, and the feeling you get from beating fights like that, that make me realise why I'd done this. We actually have info on these, I should probably have pointed that out. The Blob Guppy, a charming and resourceful slug who started a popular series of collectathon games with the help of his kitty pals. Guppy saved the family business by collecting discarded items from around the world and turning them into marketable products. He has since retired quietly to a larger stage. Can I get rid of that? I can get rid of that. So now we've beaten the level. We did get like a number of points from beating that level, so we can actually visit the shop. And I have 4,007, you know, tokens or coins or whatever you want to call them. And you can actually buy items from the shop. So we can buy like, new weapons. We can buy a shotgun, which fires a powerful spray of bullets that lose damage and speed over distance. A flamethrower, which hits multiple targets and causes damage over time. A revolver, which fires semi-auto shots that ricochet off walls, which actually might be an interesting mechanic. Energy up, which I absolutely want. Health up, which I also absolutely want. I'm thinking I might just buy the health up now. See, the thing is, because we're on very hard mode, we're getting so many points that everything in the store is so cheap, relatively. And you can buy multiple health ups, apparently. I've just learned this. We get a laser rifle, which pierces multiple targets, and armour, which is worrisome. Requires pinpoint accuracy, though, so that's never going to happen. Remote mines, which stick to enemies and surfaces. Press middle mouse button to detonate. I don't know what it's going to be on the Xbox controller, but oh well. A katana. I don't know why that's 5A. I don't know what that means in the corner. Or SA? Short range? Oh, short range. SR. Okay. I thought it was 5A, but it's actually SR. I didn't get either of the letters right. Semi-auto melee weapon that can reflect bullets with proper timing. Reflecting bullets sounds like something I really want to do, but what I really want to save up for is this upgrade, the turbocharger, which will allow the energy bar to recharge twice as fast. That is going to be the absolute lifesaver in this game. And this, I'm not sure what it is. I am assuming, like, I'm hoping that it's some kind of like health regeneration item, and maybe it'll unlock somewhere down the line, because, you know, we've got energy recharge, health. So, by this basic pattern, by this one data point, we'd hope this to be like a health recharge item. But like, yeah, I'm saving up for the for that thing. So with that in mind, level 2 is going to be a thing, and I'm going to get level 2 up very soon. Like I say, if you think this game's getting way too easy so far, please either play it for yourself on very hard mode, or wait till level 2, because level 2 is going to be blind. I don't know any of the boss patterns. I don't know any of the, you know, the basic enemy patterns either. Even the basic enemies can be hell to deal with. So we'll be looking forward to that as we go off, as we go on through this series. So I shall see you next time. Also, by the way, I should point out, this is going to be funny. In extras mode, we've got different modes as well. You can, this arcade mode, which we can't do until we've beaten story mode. There's also, oh yeah, character select, where we can see the 4 different characters. And there's challenge mode. Guess what challenge mode is? You get to fight 3 bosses at once on very hard. Guess what's never going to happen? Well, I don't know, if you get like enough upgrades, this might be fairly possible. But God, no. That is not happening in the near future, I can tell you that. And you can like choose from any bosses that you've actually beaten, or random. So if you get like 3 random bosses. Oh, it's all Guppy, obviously, because the random number generator hates me in this game. You know what? It's always good to find that out in the first episode, whether the random number generator likes you or hates you. And I guess we have our answer in this game. Hopefully the game won't be too reliant on randomness, actually, in the actual levels. And so far it hasn't been, for the most part. Except for a little bit of randomness with enemy AIs, but there we go. That was my attempt at 3 Guppy very hard. Let's never do that again. I'll see you guys next time for when I tackle level 2. This level took me 25 minutes, and I might actually get that on-screen clock on screen, if that makes any sense. If you guys want to like voice your opinions on whether you think that would help or not, I don't know. I might try it anyway and like compare the 2 episodes and see how they, you know, see if it gets in the way or anything, or if it takes up any space, which it won't do because it's tiny. But anyway, I shall see you guys next time for more Bleed Very Hard.